Morgan Freeman, American actor and director. My approach to acting is that I am totally intuitive. I read the script and I get it. If I don't get it, I can't do it. I knew at an early age I wanted to act. Acting was always easy for me. I don't believe in predestination, but I do believe that once you get wherever it is you are going, that is where you were going to be. I like the character roles. Somewhere back there I really came to the conclusion in my mind that the difference between acting and stardom was major. And that if you become a star, people are going to go to see you. If you remain an actor, they're going to go and see the story you're in. As you grow in this business, you learn how to do more with less. If you're going to play a brain surgeon, you just have to learn how to say the words. You don't have to go and learn how to cut open somebody's scalp. I think acting is acting. Being is something else. Acting means living, it's all I do. If I weren't getting paid well, I would still be acting in a small troupe somewhere. No one is really a method actor, everyone has their way of going about it, preparing for it, but method is preparation, it's what you do to prepare. So my method is to read the script. Some actors' method is to read the script 100 times and in the doing of it, to immerse themselves in as much of the reality as possible. Me, I believe strictly in acting. If I am out of breath, I'm out of breath. I ain't running nowhere. Part of acting is having the security to turn yourself loose and let yourself go in order to reach whatever depths a character has. If your guts aren't hanging out there, you don't offer anything. I'm not sure that my upbringing has in itself informed my acting choices. I like producing, but acting is the quintessential me, and I'm probably better at that than I am at anything. My heart has always been in the movies. There's an exercise we do where someone is sat behind you and you're asked to close your eyes and fall backwards. That's acting. It love about acting is all about role playing, the same thing you do when you're a kid, when you play with dolls or toys and make up stories. I never grew out of it. Writing, I think, out of what all of us do, writing is the hardest. You're the only who start with nothing except what's up here. You do that. It's really hard, I think. Acting is not. I never think about awards or anything like that when I do a job. I was first named a Best Actor when I was 12 years old, and it doesn't really mean anything when you get down to it, because there is no best. I don't get all that involved. My chest puffs up as much as I can puff it up, but I am not trying to be better than the person I am acting with. I am trying to be at least as good. That's how it works. What do I want to do? Acting-wise? Well, there's a Western that I want to do. There's a lot of producing that I want to do, projects that I have stacked up that are in my office that I'd like to get done. I was told that I was good in my dance movement classes and that I should concentrate on dance because it would enhance my ability to get acting work. If I wasn't acting, I have no clue what I'd be doing, cause I have no other talent. I seldom get into the mood of the story. It's acting. I go in, I act, I quit. I don't take anything away from it. You're not going to be able to look like anyone else, no matter how hard you try, unless you're a mimic, then you're not acting, you're just mimicking. You can't go on being John Wayne, that's John Wayne. So you're not going to steal from John Wayne. I'm not going to steal from John Wayne and you're not going to come back and say, didn't you get that from the circus? You know. But he is one of those people who instructs me, whom I look up to, whom I think is one of the masters of his craft that I am so enamored of. I like the character roles. Somewhere back there I really came to the conclusion in my mind that the difference between acting and stardom was major. And that if you become a star, people are going to go to see you. If you remain an actor, they're going to go and see the story you're in. I always wanted to be a fireman, a cop, an Indian chief, a doctor, a lawyer. I always wanted to be all these things, so I am drawn to these kinds of characters. Part of acting is having the security to turn yourself loose and let yourself go in order to reach whatever depths a character has. If your guts aren't hanging out there, you don't offer anything. I don't have to do anything. The character is shaped on the page. I find that if I hold your hand, it transfers an energy first. I have a sense of how you feel. That's important to me trying to become another person. I have a lot pressure to bring a character to life in any kind of real sense. Still, it can be more effective to accomplish what you need to accomplish with the minimum effort. Watch Anthony Hopkins. He doesn't appear to be doing anything. He is so still that you can't see him working, but you are drawn into his character through his very stillness. Costume is always an asset. Normal costume you have a lot to say about, if you're wearing suits or ties, and what color you want, and how it's going to be cut, and stuff like that, and whether or not you're going to wear a hat, and blah, blah, blah. But, when you're wearing a special costume, and of course, costume is probably the second ingredient in character, script being first, I always find that the costume does a lot to cement your character, to put it firmly in mind. I've just never been the kind of actor that things have stayed with. I've never needed to carry a character off stage. That's your job as the actor, to understand the human part of the character, to make it real.